And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. And Dalton to throw. On the check down, it's Ingram. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Somebody's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Probably the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Dalton's throw complete there to Smith. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First and 10 for Dalton. He gets this one to Johnson. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing, Dalton. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Fourth down, Dalton wants to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over. Here's 2nd and 9. So Dalton now. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Andy Dalton. This is Smith with the ground. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Looks good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Nicole Hardman to return it from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Nicole Hardman. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Passing, it's Dalton. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's 4th down.
They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. Johnson's got it complete. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
46-yard line.
They give to Ingram up the middle. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. They find some open field here. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Up the middle, Ingram. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The kick by Lutz is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to 1st and goal. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They run it again with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Got what's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that right away.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as this defense were a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And the first down on the Chiefs.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14.
Harrison Butker to kick off 4 games to 6.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Dalton, 1st and 10. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Saints, first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At their 48-yard line.
Dalton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
93, 52, 93, 44.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 4th down, Dalton. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff to Ingram. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Dalton. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
A 46-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Bro, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The 40. The 20. He will score. Touchdown, Chiefs. They had just relinquished the lead on the field goal. Ensuing kickoff, they get that lead right back.
So does this come under the heading of you can't keep a good team down?
There you go. That works. Eye for an eye.
I'm with you on that one. Just to be able to break back immediately. Not down at all. No heads down after giving up the lead and coming right back at them. And a special team score, that's like gold in a coach's manual.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
32-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here's Dalton. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Now Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. Got an open man. It's Olave. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
And they will take a knee here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
368.
Kamara up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They'll run it with Kamara. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton, he takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put 4 points up on the board.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One final try for Mahomes. This for all the marbles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for, but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done. I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy. I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game. Don't play with my name. You come with your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just late.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Again, it's Elliott. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup.
Prescott's pass, complete to Blanco Gallup. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Cameron Jordan drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Prescott to throw on 4th. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
There's plenty plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
We're scoreless after one. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run left with Pollard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Off the play fake, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott now. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try on fourth. Here's Dalton. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. A first down throw coming for Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On second down, Kamara. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. In the hands of Kamara. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Dalton. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Throwing, Dalton. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And he is going to have a Saints first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the first down.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Dalton, the broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. And Dalton to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A Cowboy 1st down there. Prescott to Gallup.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit him quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. On the move to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Pollard going to try the right side. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On play action, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So following the failed try on 4th down, we'll change ends and change possession. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Dalton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes left side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. And that big fourth quarter return, Charles, makes this a one-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had the big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because you're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They run it again with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Andy Dalton. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And tip your cap to DeMarcus Lawrence. Nice play defensively.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw here, Dalton. And this one complete to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Dalton. A quick one here hauled in by Kamara. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. Here's Dalton. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? And the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
drown, so no, I don't swim, but I give up. Now flex. While you there looking the best, feel the get up in your chest while I soak up my success, getting tokens for your stress. I'll be making all the checks anytime you see me step on a stage, acting real soft like my skin coming beige. Gonna step out and with him, girl, you fake. Try to get it out, what you handsome, you ain't dance on. Tell your boyfriend, go and put your pants on. Down, the best friend, she went and did the same.